We see two snakes toward the start of the film, one white and one green. The two snakes are sisters. They had all the earmarks of being youthful, however they had lived for more than 1,000 years. Suzanne was the name of the white snake. The two snakes been able to adjust to the human structure. At some point, the two snakes see a kid named Shen at a mountain. He was tasting the blossoms on the mountain. Both get stunned that does people eat blossoms? Truth be told, Shen came there with his companions looking for certain spices. He was separated from everyone else pushing ahead through the mountains. The green snake comes there in her unique structure and alarms him. Being frightened, he tumbles off. The white snake has sympathy for Shen. She feels terrible for him. She goes into the waterway as a human. She inhales into his mouth. She saves his life. In the wake of aiding him, she disappears. At the point when Shen stirs, he finds that every one of his companions have accumulated around him. He gets some information about the young lady who saved his life. His companions say that we tracked down no young lady here. It was completely made up in your head. Around the same time, a celebration was to be held in the town. The master of the temple and his companions were additionally going with him to the celebration. They had an uncertainty that beasts will kill people at this celebration. Shen was traveling that way with those spices. Consequently, he takes every one of them with him. On the opposite side, white snake Suzanne was feeling the loss of that second when she helped Shen. That how she saved his life by giving him her own breath. She was ceaselessly contemplating Shen. She began cherishing him, truth be told. She tells her sister, the green snake, that she needs to meet that kid. In this manner, the two of them go to a similar celebration in the town. That very night, Expert and his mates had come there with full readiness. Since they realized that beasts can go after people whenever. Green Snake meets the friend of the Expert in the celebration. Since Green Snake loved him, she needed to become a close acquaintance with him. He says that I can't converse with you right currently as I'm here to get the beasts. He didn't realize that the young lady requesting that he be her companion was likewise a beast. However, at that point the Green Snake sees Shen. She goes to him. She lets him know that her sister loves him and she needs to meet him. Shen says that I have barely any familiarity with your sister. He won't meet her sister. Green Snake falls into the waterway. She pushes his boat to take him to her sister. As he arrives at there, Suxan admits that she cherishes him. According to Shen, but I love another person. He says that I don't have the foggiest idea what her identity is. She saved me by giving me her own breath. Hearing it, Suzanne grasps that he's discussing me. He adores me the manner in which I do. She takes him back into the stream to console him that she is the young lady he adores. She's the young lady who saved him. Presently Shen was likewise mindful of the way that she's that young lady. Colleagues of the beast discover a few beasts. He boldly battles with those beasts. In the meantime, a beast harms Master's buddy. Subsequently, he calls his master for help. Then, at that point, the master comes there to rival them. He moves them to hell and consumes them to death. Suzanne goes to Shen's home the following day. Seeing her in his home makes Shen exceptionally blissful. They begin living with one another and at some point, get hitched to one another. Upon the arrival of the celebration, the beast had nibbled one of Master's mates. Hence, Master's buddy was changing into the beast. He flies off the handle because of it. 434. He was fed up with his life. In the event that he turns into a beast, he'll be a threat to people. Thusly, he was going to an abandoned spot to endeavor self-destruction. While he planned to make it happen, the Green Snake comes there. She asks him that for what reason he's doing such a demonstration. She stops him to do this. On which, he answers that I'll turn into a beast. I can't turn into a threat to people. In this way, I need to end my own life. The Green Snake, after hearing it, advises him regarding her world. She shows her snake tongue. She says simply sit back and relax in the event that you become a beast. I am a beast too. Subsequently, we see Master going to the town. He tracks down numerous casualties of the beast there. They were in trouble in confronting it. Accordingly, Shen used to make spices to save their lives. Suzanne, then again, knew that they were being gone after by those beasts. They are extremely strong and hazardous. It is difficult to fix them just with spices. Susan along these lines presses into those restorative plants to save his better halves and those individuals' lives. Suzanne had a rodent which was her companion. According to it, what are you doing, Suzanne? Don't you understand that giving your exhalation is a danger for you? It will make you powerless. However, Suzanne was ready to help his better half and others. At the point when Shen makes locals drink that spice liquid, they begin to recuperate. It makes Ace stunned. Since as indicated by him, relieving these people was unthinkable. Be that as it may, seeing them mending, he is left amazed and perplexed. He asks of Shen whether anybody helped him in the readiness of these spices. On which he answers, yes, my significant other aided me. Ace recognizes that his significant other was certainly not an ordinary human, however a beast. Consequently, he gives Shen a holy knife for his security. Then, at that point, Master goes to Suzanne. He asks her for what valid reason she's doing this stuff. You wedded a human regardless of being a beast. For what reason do you live like people among them? I'm not expressing anything to you as you are a decent beast. You ought to improve, leave Shen. If not, the end wouldn't be great. I'll kill you. Saying it, the expert leaves. At the night when Ixion arrives at home, he brings a cured wine. It recuperates against snake toxin. In any case, Suzanne was a snake herself. Shen makes her beverage this wine too. Drinking it, she begins feeling odd and her state deteriorates. She secures herself in a room. Shen asks her for what good reason she's behaving like this? Or then again assuming you're distraught at me? Suzanne had zero control over herself and turns into a snake. To get her, the master additionally comes there. They face one another. Shen wounds her with that holy knife that was given by the master. He didn't have the foggiest idea about that this white snake was his better half. In the wake of getting wounded, Suzanne goes to her sister, the green snake. As she got wounded by a holy blade so she couldn't change into human structure at any point in the future. She'll be a snake until the end of time. Shen gets some information about his significant other. Ace expresses that as a matter of fact, this white snake was your significant other. You wedded a 1,000 years of age snake. He becomes stunned subsequent to recognizing reality. Suzanne's rodent educates Shen concerning a spice that can save Suzanne's life. However, it is hazardous, thus risky to get that spice. Since beasts have involved that spot. Notwithstanding, Shen goes there and attempts to track down the spice. Shen, then again, is eclipsed by beasts. All buddies of the expert attempt to save Shen. Rodent proceeds to give that spice to Suzanne that saves her life. Presently, she could take human structure once more. As she recuperates, she goes after the master and his partners. She comprehended that they needed to isolate her and Shen. She carries Shen to a spot some way or another. She inquires as to whether he's alright, yet he had lost his memory. He couldn't recollect that anything, even his better half Suzanne. Suzanne asks the master that how did you manage my better half Shen? As he has failed to remember me. Nonetheless, before long, his memory gets back and he returns to predictability. In any case, as Suzanne was a beast, Master makes an old house utilizing his powers. He detains her in it until the end of time. It was unimaginable for her to get out of that house. Shen consumes his whole time on Earth outside the house sitting tight for his better half. Expert's buddy had likewise turned into a beast, yet a decent one. He enjoyed the excess years with the beasts. Here, the film closes.